Hello, this is Sula speaking, and you're watching a commentary video on League of Legends. This is part 3, picking up with where we left off on my last video, introductory for League of Legends. We had been very far behind this other team early on, but in the last video we caught up, and essentially we're back to even here. Now, I saw Mordekaiser sneaking around up here, and so I tried to bait him into engaging with the rest of my team, and fortunately that was successful. Once again, we managed to engage with Mordekaiser with our whole team while much of their team is missing, so we're able to take him down pretty quickly with Malzahar getting the kill. And now Teemo sticks around too, and Earthstrike manages to kill him. Earthstrike playing as a Mumu here. We knew that this was a good fight because we could see on the minimap that 2 of their players were over in the bottom lane. That meant that even if they all stuck around, it would be 5-on-3. So this was a good fight for us and not a good fight for them. Now they only have 3 players still up on their team, 3 players still alive. Meanwhile, all 5 of us are still alive, which means they're going to have a really tough time defending this turret. So we engage here. Earthstrike uses his ultimate, freezing everybody in place. Malphite takes down Rise, and then we're able to catch up with Taric and kill him before he can get away. Evelyn is still up, but Evelyn by herself can't do very much, especially against a team of 5. She can't really do that much. So we were able to take down that first turret, and now we have to go back and retreat because our players are pretty beat up. On the way back, though, we can pick up the dragon buff. Killing the dragon gives everybody on your team extra gold and extra experience. So we will push back this wave of minions in the bottom lane. You can see them on the minimap, it's all the red dots. And while we're over here, we'll grab the dragon too. And then we will be able to move back and all get healed up. So again, another good team fight. None of our characters died. Meanwhile, we were able to kill, I think, 3 people on the other team. I keep running into those Teemo mushrooms again, so I have to get out of there. I'm actually almost dead at this point. And I use my time warp ability, which speeds me up to help get out of there quicker. Malzahar sticks around a little bit too long and gets taken out by their Mordekaiser on the other team. So you can see we're all pretty beat up because we've been in that fight. I'm going to go back here real quickly. I tried to buy an item, but I didn't have enough gold. I'm building towards Zanya, so I'm just going to heal up real quick and then use my teleport summoner ability to teleport back. So I get right back to the turret and I am back in the fight right away. And there you can see the dead Malphite, the little ghosty from Mordekaiser's ultimate is running around, and we were able to take him down there. So we were able to defend that tower, and it didn't really take too much damage at all. Right there on that screen shows, again, all the items that everyone has. It shows what summoner abilities that they've brought, and it also shows how many kills and deaths they have, and finally it shows how many minions they've killed. And I'll talk more about that at the end of the game, because you can see that again at the end of the game. Meanwhile, there's another fight going up to the north in the jungle. I would have joined that, but unfortunately, I was already teleporting out, and I didn't see it until too late. Instead, I'm just going to buy and then hurry back. But as it turns out, the other team was not pushing bottom here. So it turned out that we were okay. Didn't have to hurry back so much. Right now, we're in okay shape. I would still say we're behind in terms of position. They have more of our towers down than we have their towers down. But we've caught up in kills. We actually have a slight lead in kills now, 25 to 22. Here they are pushing mid, and a lot of our team's out of position. Our Malphite player was trying to hold them, but wasn't able to do so. And now I'm getting attacked by the Malphite Ghosty, and in fact, it nearly kills me. Mistake on my part. I shouldn't have gotten involved there. I should have just avoided it. So now I have to go back. And while I'm healing up, the rest of the team engages. Earthstrike hits them with his ultimate again, freezing everybody in place. That the whole time that they're hit by his ultimate, the whole team's getting hit by tower fire. Once again, Rise sticks around too long. We're able to stun him and get the kill. Earthstrike had a very nice stun there. Once again, Mordekaiser runs back in for no real reason, and he gets killed as a result. Again, their Mordekaiser player was really dominant early on, but just a little bit too aggressive. There, I speed up Twisted Fate, but instead of pursuing the enemy team, he decides to go after the minions instead. Ideally, Twisted Fate would have had a gold card up there, and he could have stunned somebody on the enemy team, and then we could have gotten another kill there. So a little bit of a misplay there, but still a good result for our team. We managed to hold on to our tower right at mid, right inside the base, and we managed to kill 2 people on their team. So considering how bad that looked a minute earlier, pretty good. I was looking for the Golem buff, but apparently it wasn't back up yet. So I have to back off, and while I'm here, I'll kill the little wolves in the woods here. I'm not going to talk too much about the jungle in this video. I'll talk about that if I make some future League of Legends videos. But essentially there are some buffs that you can get by killing certain neutral characters in the woods, neutral monsters. And there are other little areas where you can farm up extra gold, like in that patch against the wolves. Okay. We are in pretty good shape on the top and bottom lanes. Not great shape, but decent shape. Neither of our towers are particularly threatened, so we will just go to mid here for the moment and try to hold on. We don't want to engage in mid, though, because right now there's only 4 of our characters here, and our Malzahar, you can see, is over at the Golem. He's trying to get the extra mana regen and cooldown reduction that you get for killing the Golem. So we don't want to move in here until he comes back. We don't want to do a 4 versus 5 fight. That's just not a good idea. If you look at Earthstrike, you can see he's glowing red and blue. He has the red buff and the blue buff. That's the Golem buff and the lizard buff. Okay, over here, their team once again gets over-aggressive, runs into the woods. Mordekaiser tries to engage first of all, but once again, it's not a great team fight because a lot of their characters aren't involved. We managed to get our damage dealers in here, get the advantage. We're all fighting back and forth. I'm about to get killed here, but I managed to dodge out of it. I actually didn't do too much in that team fight, to be perfectly honest. That was more my teammates than anything else. But our Malzahar players did a great job there, taking them down. I wish I could say I had done more, but aside from chunking a few bombs, I didn't really do all that much in that particular battle. Not my finest. Now, all 3 of us here, Malphite, Malzahar, and myself, playing as Zilean, we're all really beat up, especially our Malphite, who's just about on the verge of death. But because we aced the other team, that means that all 5 of them are currently dead. That means we know that we're safe. We can push forward. We can take down a tower there. And we can get back before they come back, before they revive back in their base. So that allows us to do that, and we're able to get down another tower. Now we're actually significantly ahead in kills. And in terms of positioning, we've almost caught up. We have about the same number of towers down, but more and more our team is looking to be in a good position here as we continue to outkill the other team. If you remember at one point in time, if you watch the earlier videos, their Mordekaiser player had 9 kills and only 1 death, and he's been reined in quite a bit from that point. We've now caught up with him a lot. What you get from all those early kills is you get additional experience and you get extra gold. That means that you'll be a higher level than if you get all those kills than compared to other players. And of course, you'll also have extra gold, so you'll have better items too. So this is really a snowball game. And if somebody gets too far ahead, it can be really hard to rein them in. But fortunately, we were able to do that with Mordekaiser and slow him down. Now, once again, we can see on the minimap that some of their players are over on the bottom lane. You can see Teemo's over there. That means we know that if all 5 of us get together in the mid, it'll be 5 versus 3 or 5 versus 2. So we want to push forward and engage here. We have the advantage right here. We can see Ryze and Teemo are both over there at bottom. So Earthstrike is going to engage here, uses his bandage toss, and then uses that into his ultimate. We've got Mordekaiser and Taric here, and they really have no chance. Eve joins in, but Eve can't really do that much. She's a stealth champion. I get killed, but right before I die, I use my ultimate, Chrono Shift, so I come right back to life again, and they've achieved nothing in that fight. We kill 3 members of their team, and all 5 of us are still alive. So this is really bad news for the enemy team. They should not have engaged in that fight. It was 5 versus 3, very bad odds. If it had been 5 versus 5, they probably could have done pretty well, but now we have a huge advantage. So they're going to try to defend, but once again, Earthstrike engages with his bandage toss, and I bomb Ryze, and down he goes. Ryze is a pretty squishy mage champion, so if he gets hit by the rest of the team, he doesn't have much hope. Now it's down to just Teemo, and Malphite is engaging with him. Once again, Earthstrike tosses his bandage, I slow him down with my ability, and I get him down with another double bomb. So lucky there to get the kills, but now we've managed to ace the other team, so we take down their inhibitor.
We can win it right here.
That didn't factor into this game, but if I do more videos, I'll talk about what the inhibitors do. Now we're moving on to the 2 towers that directly protect the other team's nexus. We take down the first one, so now we're going to focus on the second one. And out comes Mordekaiser. He's back up again. He's actually doing a good job of pushing us back because, of course, we've taken some damage. So now we're going to retreat. and I use my speed up on Malzahar to let him retreat. But Mordekaiser over pursues. He gets too far away from his towers, and Malphite takes him down. Evelyn's running around invisible. One of our players has an Oracle. I can't remember which one of us, so that's why we can see her, even though she's invisible. But Eve runs off, doesn't do anything. Now we've got both towers down, and we can go after the Nexus, the enemy base. But they're about to counterattack, and right before Malphite dies, I use my Chrono Shift, so he comes back to life. I saved him. Not that it really matters, because this game is over, and we take down the enemy Nexus. Good game, guys. So that was a win for our side. Just goes to show the whole reason they lost that game was because they got caught in a 3 versus 5 team fight, and from there we just pushed right up the middle and ended the game. This is an image. This is the final results screen. I took a screenshot because it doesn't get captured in Fraps. You can see how many kills, how many deaths, and how many assists each player has. The little monster face there shows how many minions we killed. It's a good indication of how much gold each person farmed up during the game. I had a very good game here, I felt, with Zilean. This is how you want to play Zilean. He's not going to get that many kills, but he's going to be going around saving people, getting a lot of assists. Great job by Earthstrike playing a Mumu. You saw him initiate on that last battle there with his bandage toss, with his ultimate. Great job by our Malphite and our Malzahar players too. Malphite player, I have no idea who that is, but you did a great job playing with Fur. Our Twisted Fate was a little bit weaker than the rest, but, you know, he still contributed. You could see, again, remember the Mordekaiser player started out 9-1 on their other team, and he finished 13-9. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. If you're interested in League of Legends, check it out. It's a free game, and it's a lot of fun to play.